Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Now, you may have seen on a blog hop I was on that I made this lovely little box, and this was to hold the one sheet wonder that I did for another blog hop. And I said I'd be back to show you how I made the box. I've already done the video on making the one sheet wonder, so the box I'm going to make is to match this version of the one sheet wonder, made in exactly the same way. So the little mini paper pumpkin boxes that we sell will also hold the note cards. So if you don't want to do making, you can buy those, but I like making. So we're going to make this in exactly the same way. So you need, I'm using the thick cardstock because I do for boxes. I just think it's better. So this measures 10 3/4 inches by 7 1/4 inches. And it's a sort of pizza style opening box. So we're going to find my stylus, which is not being put back. Oh yes, it has been put back where it belongs. Okay, so I'm using the thin end, which is what I use for cardstock, and we're going to score on the long side at 1 inch, at 4 7/8, at 5 7/8, and at 9 3/4. And then we're going to twizzle, and we're going to score at 1 inch and at 6 1/4, or you can swizzle and do another 1 inch, whichever's easiest. So that is all the scoring, and then it's simply made up in the way that we make up any sort of pizza style box. So we just fold and burnish all of these score lines. Just had a quick glance to the left there at my box because I suddenly remembered I haven't brought my circle punch for cutting the thumb hole. I thought I was being so organised. Never mind, I can reach, it's not a problem. So there we go, and then we're going to cut up all of these straight edges. Horizontal, vertical lines even. So cut them all up. And then we will notch the squares, not the rectangles, the little squares. Oh, I didn't cut that very well. Absolutely rubbish, in fact. Never mind, it's done now, can't do out about it. So then we're just going to notch these squares. Nearly notched wrong there. That would have been a disaster. Well, it wouldn't have. I'd have just got another bit of card out. Would have been a disaster. It was my last piece, but it's not. So I am still using up my stock of Whisper White. I have no need to buy basic white yet, so I can't tell you what it's like. I have watched a video where a comparison was done, quality-wise, weight-wise and everything, about the same, slight difference in colour. I love the colour of Whisper White because it's not like, you see the comparison there, it's more of a yellowy white, a creamy white, not yellowy, creamy white than white, and the new one's just slightly more white, or blue white. So that's the only difference really, not a lot. So we've got to decide which is the lid and which is the base. Now I'm going to make that the lid because I cut slightly too far there, and if I make that the base, I'll be tempted to do it right up like that, which wouldn't be right. So that's the lid. I'm going to make this the base. So I'm going to put some glue on there. I'm going to use a fast fuse because I've still got shed loads of this left. It's embarrassing, really, to be fair, how much of this I've got left and how much I stocked up when it was going out of stock. And now, I mean, it's taken a long time for them to find a replacement, and now we've got Stampin' Seal Plus, which is just as strong. So I do now know that I can replace it, which I'm delighted about. And the refills will go in this, so it can actually just buy a refill because I've got quite a number of those as well. So it's better for the planet to reuse this. And actually, I didn't realise until afterwards, I've got the Stampin' Seal, and that will go inside one of these as well. So I didn't need to buy this, but I actually really like it. I really think it feels nice in your hand. So, yeah. So there we go. So that's going to go like so. Now, before I stick this down, I want to punch my thumb hole. So let me just get my 1.5 inch punch, and I'm just eyeballing that in the middle. There we go. All done. And then I'm gonna do this. Now you could decorate before you close it up. I haven't, because I've literally only just thought about it, thinking, actually, did I decorate it first? It's not that difficult on this particular box. So gone off screen there. So it wouldn't actually be that hard to do. There we go. So where I slightly cut it a bit, it doesn't really matter. So that's the basic box. So now for the decoration. So for the side bits, going around these sides, I've used the Detail Bands dies. So this one, it's very pretty. So this one is what I've used to cut that out. So I cut it out 3 times, and you just trim it down for the side bits. And then for the lid, I'm going to use the same bit of DSP from this pack. If I can find it. So that end, wasn't it? There. That one is the one that it is, and I've used stitched rectangles. So, and I'm framing it in some Misty Moonlight because that's nice. So I've used the second largest for the outside frame, third largest for the inside. So I'm going to cut third largest out of this, and then I'm going to cut a frame out of this like so to create the frame. So I'm going to do the die cutting and come back to you. There we go. So those are all cut out, and of course doing this you get one of these you can use on another card. I've got stacks of those because I make a lot of frames because I just think it's a really nice look. So that's gonna get popped on there with that one inside. So I like to stick this down first, and then I sort of know where it's going. So I like to use my little glue bottle for this. So I just put Tombow in it. I've got loads of these little glue bottles and they've all got different glues in. So they're all colour coordinated, so I know which one I'm using. So eyeball it to be in the right place. About right. And then I'll just stick this one in the middle. Now, when I was decorating, I was thinking of putting a little sentiment on top. And then I thought, well, actually, if I was given a box like this, I'd want to keep it and use it for something, keepsakes or whatever. So I wouldn't want any sentiments on it. I just want it to look pretty. So that's where I came up. Might be a little bit squiff, that. Doesn't matter. I think the other one's a bit squiff. So then we're just going to put this on. Now, you can do it in its entirety along the front. It fits their cuteness. Just wonder if I go up that way. Just to be different. No, we'll stick with the same way. I might have come up a little bit high in the cutting of my half circle. But it don't matter if it overlaps a little tad. That is quite all right. Now on these side bits we're gonna trim them down. So I'm sort of eyeballing where the centre is. And then not going all the way to the end, going to come in a tad. And now I can use that to measure the other side. So I take the same amount off each side. Like so. Double check. Liking it, and then I can use this as a template for this one. I'm adjusting slightly because it wasn't quite straight. I've probably gone ever so slightly the other way now. Not very good at cutting a straight line. That's fine. That's fine. So we just stick these down. And then we just need to do a bit of stamping and punching for the lid. So we're going to have the dragonflies on the outside because that then marries up nicely with the dragonflies on the card on the inside. Oh, I do like it in the blue. I'm not a huge fan of yellow. The other one done in the bumblebee. Not a massive fan of that colour, but I know some people do like it. So that's okay. The box is 1 inch deep, and then of course you can have the decorations. So if you were going to post this out to someone, it would have to go small parcel. Thought about it afterwards. I thought I could have made it so it was, say, 3/4 inch deep, and then you'd have been all right for large letter. Even with a bit on the top, it would have still gone in large letter because it's got to be under 1 inch for that. But I didn't, so there we go. So now I have got my dragonflies mounted. So I'm using both the dragonflies from the set so that we've got 2 different ones. I am stamping in Misty Moonlight, and I've got some Whisper White cardstock to stamp on. I didn't have any scraps the right size, so let's go with a big sheet. This will become my sheet for stamping sentiments and things on. So there we go. So I quite like, so that one's got the open body, and then this one has a solid body. So quite like that. And then what I like to do, give it a little bit of extra special. I'm going to go over with, where's the lid? My Wink Castella, whilst it's still a little bit wet, and then that drags some of that colour around. So you're kind of painting and adding a bit of bling. I'm doing this without my glasses. I'm putting my glasses on. Oh, black glasses need a clean. Oh my days. When I was a teacher, we used to have to do a bit of teaching about sensory deprivation, and we used to get glasses, and we'd put like Vaseline on them, and so they couldn't see right. And that's a little bit like what it's like to be looking out of these glasses right now. So there we go. Of course you could just use a water painter on this, or you could leave it. Don't have to do it, but it is a nice effect doing this. Do it on the other as well. And I say, because it's got liquid in it, it's reacting with the ink to draw out some of the colour, because it's a water-based ink. So it's quite cool. It's quite cool. I like it. And I'm doing it before I punch it out because I didn't want the ink to dry too much. I mean, it would still react, but just be a bit harder. So I'm going to just go over these solid bits. I might run a bit over this one as well. So we get a slight pale blue body there. Now, can you see? Can you see the sparkly nature? And I just think that's a nice effect on a dragonfly, because they are sort of iridescent, aren't they? And so that helps. Oh, the lid of my Wink Castella was in the pot. Just clearly hadn't put it on right last time. Now I'm looking for my dragonfly punch. Now I don't want little white ones, so I'm actually gonna cut that down so I don't waste cardstock. There we go. Now before I do that, just in case it's, don't want it to smudge, I'm going to have a little blue one so that we have got 3 all together. Oh, I don't know why I did that, because I'm now going to take these off. Now, I know I did a dragonfly project at the weekend. I'm doing one again, but I have got 3 orders on their way to me, but we have had quite a lot of problems because of leaving the EU, and all our orders come from Germany, so we have had quite a few problems. So if you're a customer and you're waiting, So are we. So I have got 2 sets. I've got 2 sets or 3 sets from the new catalogue, and that's it. And I've got, oh well, I can't tell you how many are on its way. Quite a few. So that's why I keep seeing the same ones. But I am trying to do different things with them. So yeah, very frustrating. And I've let my customers know, and thankfully everybody's being patient. And the same with starter kits. So I've got new team members and they're like, Jez, do you know anything that we don't know? And it's like, you've got access to the same demo support site as I have. And no, I don't know any more than you know, I'm afraid. So put them like that. And it is, we're in this together. Even the long wait. So just doing a little bit of, giving them a little bit of life. And stick them on there. So I want a little bit of Tombow going up on these. So you've got quite a nice little bit on your Dragonfly for gluing up. And I just think, what a pretty little box to have. You could have all sorts of keepsakes in that, or you could just have it maybe on a dressing table, stick your earrings in. If you've got a dressing table, I don't have one. But there we go. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to put some pearls up the Dragonfly body. And so I have coloured some pearls. I don't have Misty Moonlight blend, so I'm using, oh, that's stuck to there. So I've used the light Night of Navy, and that's good enough. It's good enough for me. And I don't know, oh, there it is. Pick a tool, was adding. Now this is an old pack, so these were like joined together. This was from back when I first joined. I had 2 packs of these, and I've got some new ones as well, but I quite like these ones that join together. Don't have to do them separately then. So just stick that down the body. Cute, liking it. And then my cards and envelopes will now go in my little box, ready to be given to someone, like so. So I have Misty Moonlight and I have Bumblebee. So which do you like best? I know which one I like best. Well, it's obvious, I've already said I'm not a great fan of Funny Yellow, so obviously I like that one. So pretty, like it. All details will be over on my blog. I'll link to the original blog hop as well in the blog post, so you can go and see what everybody else made. On this blog hop, the theme was your favourite celebration item, and this isn't celebration. I got the theme completely wrong. I was like face bar, palm moment. It was like, oh no. Didn't notice until like the nth hour. And I said, so I just messaged the person who runs the blog hop and went, I've made a right boob. I'm a total div. And she said, don't worry about it. Just, you know, don't withdraw. I was going to withdraw from the blog hop, but she said, carry on. So when you go on the hop, you'll see celebration stuff. It's worth going on. Some lovely, lovely things on there. So do check it out. If you want to buy anything, link to my shop down below. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you again soon.